Hello everybody and welcome to part 6 of my Desert China series. In the last part we finished the Hanging Gardens in the capital, got out our final settler, and started on Petra. So let us keep going because it'd be nice to finish Petra in this segment. Because that's kind of what this series was all about, was aiming for what we thought would be desert folklore. Turns out that was probably not the best idea, at least not in the early game. And Petra. Copper comes back. I see we have a unique luxury to trade for, so let's do that. Next religion is the Aztecs. So one thing I didn't do last game, and I haven't traditionally done, but I'd like to start trying to do, is keeping track of where the religions pop up. We were first, then Venice, then Inca, and now Aztec. So it's important because, you know, the way they are going to passively resonate way over here, here, and here. Our city's already converted, so that's fine. Inca has desert folklore and a good amount of desert tiles, so they probably will be something of competition. So maybe we should shore up these two city-states, you know, as soon as we can. That sort of thing. But just keeping an idea, like as far as other civs, you know, how it's going to spread and stuff like that, so that when we do get around to buying missionaries and such, we know how best to aim them. Alright, let's put a hammer into this city. That's very good. Finish up that tile just because we can. Now, it did look like there's more land back here, but it also looks like borders could close up on us, so let's try to escape. And if somehow we manage to not, we can go check out the rest of that land over there. Excuse me. Alright, so right now we have a settler coming down here, and the idea is to settle here, River Mountain. We're north of the mountain, so you know we're slightly defensible even from Brazil. This track back here makes it defensible. It's just a nice spot that gets us a unique luxury. A lot of good river tiles, not too many hills. 3 total that I can see. Well, no, this one counts too, so 4 total. But this is iron, and because it's a hill, it's a good amount of iron. So we got a lot of money we can make there. Since we are late, my intentions are to buy a granary, because Petra's just about here, and we're going to need to be able to send that caravan to the capital to feed it to grow so we can work all these desert hills. And with this wheat here, this city will start growing pretty quick. And each new citizen, thanks to production focus, will pick up a few extra hammers. 3 now, 4 once we develop it. So I do want to develop this first, just because the growth isn't going to need the help. And then that worker can go here, do the farm, and then probably do like Plains River Farms or something. Sugar, we'll figure it out. But anyways, iron first is my point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, start on 5. So I think this is the way to go. Actually, you know what? I probably should have radared first, just because there is a camp here. We know this. So that's the one risky thing about going that way, is if there is a barbarian over there, we kind of draw attention to ourselves. But, you know, every decision comes with risk. Alrighty, what's going on here? Declaration of Friendship has expired with the Inca. Now, I did learn in the last series that you don't want to just all willy-nilly be re-upping friendships. However, it is still quite early in the game. Oh, look at this. We'll get back to that. It is still quite early in the game, but the only reason I can think of why we would need to go toe-to-toe with them is over religion. And even though they've got desert folklore and a good amount of desert tiles, they can't match our faith, and we did have a head start. So we'll probably be able to outcompete them, and therefore don't have a reason to squash them. Alright, so just like the cattle in Guangzhou, we've just added a hammer to this city, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually a 25% increase in hammers in this city. So glad we finally got around to being able to do that. Alright, he wants to buy some horses. How many would you like, sir? Just the one? You suck. Could be worse. Let's get some visibility here. Oh yeah, we had a hand axe pop out over here. So let us radar again. It is a lone hand axe. So let's see here. He Comes down here. If we move down here, we're going to get shot. But then we move away, the AI does not step and shoot. So we can hole up on this hex here. We'd be within borders. So we could tank from here. We'd be healing up 20 per turn. Rough. We already have... No, we don't already have the rough promotion, but we'll pick it up and then cover, of course. So let's keep on moving, and then what we can do is we can move this archer down here to fill in the gap. Like, if he chases after me, we can stand on this hill and plink away. If he decides he wants the archer more, the city can bombard and we can plink away. So if we're going to do that, let's start moving this archer down here to take his place. And then we should be able to move this warrior over here to take his place. The only reason I had the warrior over here is because our city was nice and defensible because of this rough wall. However, these tiles were exposed on the other side. So say like from here, well, no good example here, but say we were here and a barbarian showed up like right here. We wouldn't be able to retreat because of this rough, so we needed somebody to kind of protect him. But there's nothing up there right now, and just we have eyes here now, but anything that would spawn up here would mess with these city-states, so really we only have to worry about stuff coming from down here. But for right now, we actually have more of a need, so let's just head over here. We're basically shifting our backfield to address this new city. It doesn't look like it's going to get in the way of it, though, so I don't see a problem. Let's see. We can just step back up. He's got it fine. Okay. So this is the last turn for him to close up his borders. Let's see here. 3 turns. We move here, it says 2. We move here, it says 1. We move here, we get it, we start. So that works out, and he should be healed up and gone by then. If not, the border will push him out one way or the other. Oh, imagine if it grew and he got trapped back here. He could basically watch out for camps for us. That'd be nice. But yeah, I wanted to keep an eye on this because I see a settler here, and it would be nice to see where he goes. It looked like he went off this way. So, alrighty. Worker was heading down here. Yeah, all we keep getting is like trade routes and bullying. So that's not very helpful. Alright, on to market. Nice thing about China is the paper makers make gold, so the market's always going to be helpful. Let's see here. Oh, that's pretty nice. I'm blown away at how many mountains are on this map, but just stepping here we uncover all of this. So yeah, we can just keep on cruising, he says as he spots a lake tile in the way. Let's see, this is the caravan that was feeding Guangzhou, so it will relocate to Guangzhou to feed Beijing. Alrighty, we're coming here to take the place of this archer, which is coming here to... perhaps I should have radared this first, but looks like we are going to be A-OK, which means everything. The only variable down here now is which path will this guy take. Hopefully he's attracted to the damaged warrior. Archer can just plink up while the warrior tanks and gets promoted. Hey, alright, we're just about ready to fully restore the visibility that we had. Yep, keep on bouncing. Okay, well at least the worker right now is keeping visibility here. We're still bounced for the visibility on this tile. I guess alternatively we could just walk between those hills, but staying on this hill keeps this caravan protected, so that seems like a worthwhile endeavor. Great Wall has been built by Brazil, which is kind of unfortunate because they did try to settle over here before, so when we settle it, they might covet our lands. Luckily, we're past the point of building cities too aggressively. That's a good way to get civs to declare war on you no matter what, sometimes 2, 3 at a time. But I was just kind of liking the fact that Rome was next to Brazil, seemingly with no place to go but into Brazil, so that would keep Brazil off my back. Kind of like the Iroquois in Poland. They should, Iroquois should keep Poland off my back. Aztecs are down here too. It looks like their nearest opponent is Poland, although he's already approached us about Hiawatha, who's probably dropping cities left and right. How many cities do you have right now? 6! we can see 4. So yeah, probably spreading off towards Montezuma. That would probably be why he's upset. So yeah, it sucks that the Great Wall is near us, because that means Rome would probably be less likely to attack them, and therefore less helpful to us. Alright, Papermaker's finished. Let's get a shrine up. I know our faith is great, but I kind of made that mistake last game. Gold is fine. Let's just get as much faith as we can, because keep in mind, we do have tithe, so faith is in fact gold. Alright, let's finish that tile up. It's just strictly a better tile than that, so we'll just move it over, not needing to analyze the numbers. Hiawatha's a bit of a runaway. He's got the highest score right now. I don't want to support that. Brazil is near us. So let's try and equip Rome. I know I was just talking about how Brazil built the Great Wall, but of all the people that could be helping to buff their army, he seems to be the one that would come back to bite us the least. Okay, here we go. We are now in borders, and he's... The moment of truth. Which way will that guy go? Don't know. So let's go production focus and lock in the wheat. We will purchase this tile so that every time we grow, we pick up some free passive hammers because of the production focus. Quick primer on that for those who aren't aware. End of turn, the computer counts up the food. If you grow, it puts the citizen where you tell it to. And then it counts up hammers, gold, faith, culture, etc., etc. So whichever one of these you choose, you'll kind of get free of every time your city grows, with the exception of food, because by that point, food's already been assigned. So production focus with manual setting of your tiles is like a min-max technique. So let's buy that granary. There we go. Now we grow in 3. It's kind of a shame that we don't have aqueducts yet, but, you know, it is what it is. We're probably going to also have to buy the paper maker here. Our gold is really good, and we are looking to, after Petra, do, say, we'll probably do Oracle, because there's multiple benefits for us there, and then National College. So we are going to need it sooner rather than later. We'll probably buy it in the city. So let's start with the watermill. I know that might seem counterintuitive, because the city's going to have a lot of growth going for it. A lot of plains river farms, civil service, fresh water, yeah, lots and lots and lots of food. So we aren't necessarily going to need the food from this. The hammer, though, is going to be nice. And it's a late dropped city. Like, we're going to be coming up on universities before too long. And we're gonna want to be able to slot some people in there. So that's my thought process. You can let me know what you think, because the alternative is to just go straight into a shrine, and we just don't need that. So yeah, let's put the hammer in that city, because that's kind of like going to be the focus in the expands. Keep production up as high as possible, within reason. My first 2 expands have to work natural wonders. So as much as we'd like to just stay on top of this copper here the whole game, I think we're going to have to be putting them into the 3 food farms. Alright, so let's just hop up here. There we go. Our visibility spread is completely restored, while also addressing the stuff down here. Okay. Settler still floating around. Looks like Poland has a settler. Yep. We got these mountains here, so let's just let them keep pushing each other aside. Works for me. Kept my expansion promise. Okay. Borders grow. We knew that they would. It is freshwater, so let's do farm. Beijing has grown. So let's... What are we looking at here? 5 and 3. What happens if we go here? 4 and 4. Okay. Perfectly viable option, but I'm definitely going to stay in the configuration that gets Petra out a turn sooner. Because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desert in our cultural borders right now. So there's 5 food, right? And then, of course, the free trade route goes to Nanjing, which now has a granary. And we feed the capital. There's another 3, 4 food. So the fact that we're going to lose, you know, that 3 food over the next 3 turns, we'll have it made up for in 1 turn of post more trade route requests. Goodness. What is the deal? Alright, city-state. Byblos, who is being ravaged by this camp. So hopefully we're able to squeak by before that affects us in any way. Alright, you get started on that. Again, this is a zero-sum game because we don't fight back when they shoot us. However, we are in borders. We are on rough. So, yep, the archer is the counterattack. So we'll just keep that going like that. Okay, we are approaching a post-Petra world. So I'm thinking have this guy come down here. We'll buy the iron tile, mine it up, because it'll have a food on it at that point, plus 1 hammer post-Petra. We can sell off that iron. This is also a hill of 6, so we're going to have a lot of iron. And then when this guy's finished, maybe he comes down and does the sugar and the roads. This guy can do the iron and the roads. Because this city's going to grow pretty quick. It's only 5 tiles. Knock them out pretty quickly. He can come over, do the copper, and whatever, you know, hills we grow into and stuff. Something like that. We'll keep track of things so we don't commit to anything foolish. Looks like Poland's unclear as to what to do with that settler. It's unfortunate that this scout can't see this hex, because if he had moved there, like, he could do the tanking for us. Brazil is building wonders. Too bad this is the only 3 radius hill. Since he's building wonders, I'm thinking, like, you know, when we do get to the science point where we have, like, runaway military, Brazil first seems like it might be worthwhile. That Mausoleum Halicarnassus is underrated, if you ask me. The 100 gold per great person expenditure. Whew, that's a lot of money over the course of the game. Okie dokie, we'll continue plinking away at that guy. He's coming down for the iron. We'll keep our eyes peeled there. Okay, everything looks good. Moving along. Because of the borders here and stuff, we're going to try and squeak back through this. Just saw a unit kind of half block it, though. Philosophy is here. And a great prophet is here. Nice. Nice. Okay, actually quite a bit going on here. Alright, there's the rough promotion. So that'll help us stand up to this guy a little bit more, which is excellent. Nanjing grows. Growth in 8 and 14, 6 and 22. That's fine. Shanghai grows. Okay. Well, yeah, 27 turns to growth. This worker can totally take off. We still have, or at that point we will have 2 more developed tiles to grow into, and it's going to take forever to grow once. So yeah, that should be covered. Okay. Profit time. Let's enhance our religion. We are first to the enhance table. Let's look at what's available. Asceticism's perfectly fine. It's only going to be 4 happiness. Happiness is going to be a little bit of an issue. We don't have as many unique luxuries as we have cities. Well, I mean, we have exactly as many. Usually there's 1 or 2 extras. We do have Old Faithful. That's 3 happiness, so it's like a luxury. And we do have multiple copies of copper, which we've already managed to get some into 1-for-1 trades. Mosques and pagodas, perfectly fine. However, we only have 4 cities. Probably not going to be the best option. Peace Gardens, just like asceticism, perfectly fine, but we only have 2 cities on rivers. So that would, again, just be the 4 happiness. So, somebody was chewing my ear last series about Divine Inspiration. We already have Hanging Gardens. We're building Petra. We want Oracle. We can go for Chichen Itza. Probably Machu Picchu. I'd like to go for Alhambra. I learned from last series that passing that up, you know, if you're going to be super sciencey and then switch over to military, being able to have that military come out with multiple promotions, I keep hearing is all the rage, so I'd like to try that out. And with our faith being such, usually at this point I take itinerant preachers or religious texts for the passive benefit, but that I don't want to say that's more of a Liberty playstyle. Obviously, Liberty benefits from that because it's got so many points of reverberation. But with us taking Divine Inspiration, I actually think Holy Order would be a good fit. 30% less of 200, so our missionaries would cost 140. Right now we're getting 17 per turn, but as soon as we choose Divine Inspiration, that goes up to 19. So every 6 turns, 6, 7 turns, we'll have another missionary with this, as opposed to every, 9 turns. So, well, I mean, you could do the reverse reciprocal, or the reciprocal of that fraction. But that's how many more missionaries we would get. So yeah, I think these two go very well together. If you're going to have a belief give you even more faith, here's a good way to spend that. So let me try that combination out, because I think that sounds really good. Alright, do you have money for these horses you are asking for? You do. Okay, all of our horses are sold. I like that. Alright, we have no coastal cities, so Great Lighthouse, Colossus, I think they're both gone right now anyways. Terracotta Army, not great, already built. Great Wall already built, so yeah, I think moving along the route to civil service is a good idea. Yeah, because, I mean, guilds is tempting, because we do want Machu Picchu. But let's go for civil service, because we do have a good number of freshwater tiles, including desert, this one and this one. So, yeah, desert service. And let's do it by way of horseback riding first. We do have 3 tiles that would benefit up here. 2 in this city. Just 1 here, so we wouldn't even bother. This is a low production city anyways. None over here, but that's okay. We're getting the watermill. That's going to be our production boost there. Okay, we have more growth here. So 14 and 7, 6 and 10. That seems fine. Alrighty, so we can see everything up here. No point coming up on the hill. We still, oh look, hill from 3 tiles out. Alright, definitely wouldn't have seen that from there. So that's, a little bit more information. Not complaining. We'll step here. We'll buy that tile next turn. There's no point right now. But next turn it will be 1 food, 4 hammers. Which is obviously much better than this tile, which is the same thing right now, but less post Petra. Oh, he's going to pay us for open borders. Alrighty, we will do that. So maybe we will send a missionary to him on the early side. Okay, Petra is ours. So let's make sure we make the most of this fact of our reality, which was the entire basis of the series. So yes, we've arrived. Welcome. Let's move this guy to Nanjing so we can feed the capital. So that's more food there. We can move this. We'll buy this tile and move this there. It's just a strictly better tile. Let's see, growth in 2. If we can find 1 more food, it'll be growth in 1. And we can do that by giving up one of these 2 food tiles in favor of a 3 food tile. Unfortunately, we can't also free one up to go over here, but that's fine once it's developed. I mean, the whole reason we're doing this is so we grow in 1 rather than 2. Alrighty. Let's see here. So we're going into Oracle. Says 8, but we are about to grow, and we can reposition our tiles, so we will revisit that. But yep, you can go ahead and get started on that. Declaration with the Iroquois has expired. Let's go ahead and re-up that. We haven't really reached a situation where we needed to lump sum that much. Oh, look at that. Buenos Aires desires Oracle and Zanzibar. Oh, wow. Okay, so we'll get happiness and culture, and both will be nice. I want Oracle because since we are Petra and we are going to try to grow as many, we want to work as much of the land as possible, so we're not going to get to a Writers Guild as early as we might like. So we are going to have a bit of a culture deficiency. The Great Scientist point, great. We have Divine Inspiration, so it's going to be faith per turn. And the free policy, I think, is really, really going to pay off, both because of our culture game being a little on the slow side, as I just mentioned. El Dorado spoiled me. You'll have to excuse me. But I really like the idea of Liberty into Republic on this map because in the expands, we're just not doing that great with production. This one has opportunities. This one does have the developed copper, but since we are already working on no food tile, it's just a really hard thing to pull off. Although a lot of our tiles are going to have 3 food, so that's pretty good. Down here, though, absolutely nothing. So that one hammer is going to help on all of our expands. And the multiplier is really going to help in the capital. And of course, 5% times whatever little we're pulling in on the expands helps also. So just given the nature of the map, I really like Liberty into Republic. So since our culture game's slow, and that's 2 policies we'd like to pick up before Renaissance, the Oracle will help with that in theory. So, alrighty. So, fortunately we can't see this tile, so we can move over here. Now we can. There's somebody there this turn anyways, but next turn, Okay, so we have another hand axe coming in. So after I shoot this guy, I think let's go ahead and push out. We're exposed, we're weak, maybe he chases after us, and then we just reestablish the paradigm we just left. We'll go ahead and manually do that, because otherwise it will prompt us later. Hey, look at this. This worker is finally out of harm's way. Now, these tiles can obviously still get pillaged, and we would have to address that, but for now, we are doing fine, just fine. Yes, Petra. Nice to meet you. Okie dokie. Alright, borders grow. Más o menos. Okay, we can start shooting a little bit better. Obviously he's not on rough there, but he will be when he chases this warrior, who can then tank up in our borders just like before. Maybe he will get the cover promotion. I do see this has expired, so let's go ahead and re-up that. It's helping to keep our happiness up there. Beijing has grown. It is time to take a look at this. 5 turns until growth. It looks like that's just the way it's going to be. You can see Oracle's down to 6. It was at 8 last turn. Let's see. And we're right in the middle of what it would take to go to the next turn off. So this looks like just a fine balance. We can move this to here. 5 and 6. Still 5 and 6. I'm just looking at if we buy this tile right now, because the governor's not going to go for it. 3rd ring, I guess. I don't know. If we buy this tile now and work it, we would miss out on a food here, but we'd get +1 hammer and +2 gold. And I think we can afford to lose that 1 food. Yeah, it says we'd have to lose 1.7 food to lose our 5 turns, if I'm reading that correctly. So let's go ahead and buy this and move that there. 6 and 5. Oh, 5. A turn sooner. Okay. Okay, wasn't that 5 and 6 before? Yes, yes. Okay, this speeds it up. I was not anticipating that. Yeah, I gotta learn how this is written like this. We're 3 hammers over? That doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. Oh, because the +15%. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to understand it. I'll just take it. And plus now we're making more money as well. So, nice. Okay, I was not expecting that. Oh, what's this? Oh, he thinks he can come settle beyond us. I'll relax this guy and just have him continue to wait there. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles that were we to occupy him, we would block his passage through here. He'd have to go around. So I'm actually going to name this worker James Bond because he was a spy for us and actually caught this for us. So that's really good. He's heading to Sugar, right? Yes. Not going to get there in time, but, shortly thereafter. That's fine. Okay. So you are going to feed the cat. Oh, and you know what? I wasn't even thinking about this. Beijing down to 5. 5 and 5. So this is great. This is great. Best of both worlds. That was the lowest number we saw in either one of those categories during our experimentation. Okay, so this is a conundrum. No, not really. This looks like a pass-through, and it looks like we should be able to escape. So landing next to a brute for one turn should be fine, even if they attack us. We have survivalism. We're mostly healed. Oh, you know what? When we were over here, there was an archer in our way, and we healed up, and I meant to come here and heal up again. So, oops. Missed out on that. Hopefully we don't get punished for it, but, you know. Okay, same story. Move one tile, but now we can see leapfrog possibilities. Okay. Horseback riding is here, so we can build copper and horses are back. Okay. Let's see here. Farm is finished here. Very nice. And mine is finished here. Excellent. Shoot that. Continue to tank. Nothing has changed. Okay, so the Iroquois are a bit of a runaway civ anyways. I'd rather not equip them. This is our neighbor. I'd rather not equip them. So let's go ahead and, just like before, we will sell to him first. And then if he doesn't want them all, we'll go to Iroquois next.
Bene.
Alright, so that is in fact the case. And hopefully he'll take both, because I don't want to arm Brazil right now. They are bothered by us. And let's see, Brazil, China. What? They have oh, score. Military, okay. So, yeah, oh, we are bottom of the pack, and they're about, you know, not quite top 50%. So, yeah, they could be a problem. All right, on to drama and poetry as we head towards civil service. Yeah, we will end up here. He's coming down here. He's continuing to bounce. Yeah, he's staying relaxed so we can figure out how to block that guy. Okay, I actually meant to end at the end of the last turn, but accidentally passed. That's why I got kind of quiet. But this is past the half-hour mark, so I will leave you on the Oracle cliffhanger, but we did get Petra, and we do have our expand down, and things are looking really, really good. It is turn 85. The capital's raking in 27 food per turn, putting out 42 hammers towards wonders, mind you. It is going to be less towards other things because of aristocracy. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.